Both teams sit at 7-7 right now. Dallas won the first matchup, so they own the tiebreaker technically. If they win this game, Philly's out. Dallas is in. So obviously there's a lot of pressure to go around, but I want to know who in this game you feel is under the most pressure.
Yeah, I'm going to go right back to who we just talked about. It's Carson Wentz. I mean, I understand the hand he has right now. I understand the talent that's around him, but you're paid $130 million for a reason. Yeah. This game isn't in Dallas. It's in Philly. You're going to have that crowd behind you. You got to make a way. If that defense – the defense at home allows 18 points per game, I think. If you get allowed Dallas to 20, 21 points or under, you better win that football game. I don't care. Like, there's no excuses. For Wentz, he wasn't, he beat the Rams. That was his last big game of 2017. Now this is like the most of a playoff game that he's had in his career. So let's see, this is a big game for him. I think I wouldn't say it's one of the biggest games of his career, like some people are saying, but it's definitely up there.
Oh, I think it's one of the biggest games for both quarterbacks in their career thus far. But I think it's 100% Dak Prescott that has the most amount of pressure on him going into this game. So obviously he hasn't gotten paid. So he's trying to prove that, hey, I can get it done in crunch time, really show I'm worth that $35, $40 million a year contract. Additionally, he does have the better team, and the Eagles have shown that their primary weakness on defense has been their defensive back. So if he goes in and he really, really struggles, what does that say about Dak Prescott? I get where you're coming from with Carson Wentz. He does have a lot to prove because he has made that money. But Dak Prescott does not have a reason or an excuse like Carson Wentz has with the plethora of injuries that have happened on the Eagles' offensive side. Dallas's offensive line is better. Their running back is better. Their wide receivers are better. Dak has no excuse not to go in and win this game. So with that being said, who do you think is going to win this game, Storm?
Yeah, it pains me to say it, but I just don't see a way the Eagles win. I mean, when you've been watching that defense versus Giants versus Washington, they're getting torched by Dwayne Haskins and Eli freaking Manning. I mean, those cornerbacks are playing bad. They're playing incompetent. You see wide receivers running wide open nonstop. I just don't know how they're going to slow down a guy like Amari Cooper, who's been torching them ever since he came over to Dallas. I just don't see how you slow a guy down like that. They couldn't tackle Adrian Peterson, who's 50 years old. How are you going to tackle a guy like Zeke? To me, it's just it all falls on the defense, and I don't think they're going to come up big enough for them to beat Dallas.
Yeah, the defense has come up short the past couple weeks, but I think they have it in him to come up big against this team, and I do think that they will do just that this Sunday. So
you're picking my own team.
I know
that
it feels wrong. It feels wrong, but against all odds, I am gonna go with the Eagles. Somehow, some way, they are going to find a way to win. So, like I said, that defense really does have to show up. The cornerbacks have to put in the game of the season. That defensive line has to remember who they are. Additionally, Carson Wentz just needs to avoid the mistakes. He cannot afford to turn the ball over. He needs to be a game manager who has the ability to make some plays down the stretch, because the Cowboys could win this very, very early on in the game.
Yep.
But if the Eagles are going to win it, they're going to have to win it late. And I think they do. I think Carson Wentz gets the ball. He finds a way to drive them down the field, get a game-winning field goal, gets enough from Zach Ertz and company throughout the game to keep it close. But, yeah, I'm going with your Eagles, man.
I like the way you're thinking. I mean, I still might change, but this early week, I just have no faith in that defense right now.
And I don't blame you. But you know what? It's in Philly, and I like the coach. I like the quarterback in Philadelphia. So.